OpenAI just launched something massive, a ChatGPT agent. And no, this is not another chatbot. This thing can take action on your behalf. It can work with your spreadsheets, can use a browser, combine the deep research. Today, I will walk you through 3 use cases of doing a deep research, combining data, doing complicated analysis with that data, turning that into spreadsheets. And last but not least, the ChatGPT agent will access our HubSpot instance and will work on opportunities on our behalf. All of that while keeping in mind the security. OpenAI agent is not just another chatbot. It has multiple capabilities. It can navigate to websites in its own private browser. It can access Google Calendar, additional systems. It has access to its own terminal, so it can run code and execute code at the same time. And it's able to access other APIs, including other OpenAI APIs, such as image generation. OpenAI agent is smarter than the previous tools, much more than just an assistant, because it's able to combine all of those tools and APIs and terminals together. OpenAI calls it a unified agentic system. And yes, in many ways, it's like having access to Jarvis. Now, how good really is it? Let's start with the first use case. You are looking to analyze the publicly available figures about a potential investment. Let's say it's Nvidia. You don't necessarily have the skills to go and gather all of that data, analyze, and build a discounted cash flow. And that's where OpenAI agent come in. It has all the necessary skills to conduct the research, gather all the data, crunch it, and then combine and present in Excel. Let's see OpenAI agent in action. To start the first demo and to kick off the research, here's the prompt. And then in tools, we select agent mode. We make sure the web research is on and we start. While it's doing the research and preparing information, let me explain what is going on. The OpenAI agent has its own virtual desktop, so it will literally start another virtual machine somewhere in the cloud. That virtual machine will have access to all the different tools and will have access to the browser to navigate. The first part that we see, it's doing the deep research. This is the placeholder screen for deep research. This is exactly the same deep research that you would have seen if you were to go into tools and select the deep research. Only now the agent itself is doing and running that. It will collect additional information. It will save and present that information on the screen. I like the way it works. It's really fast. It's explaining on the screen of what it's actually doing. You could see it's collecting additional information based on the prompt. Let me read out the prompt. I asked AI agent to build a discounted cash flow model in Excel for Nvidia, giving it a ticker, using a historical financial data from its 10K and the 10Qs filings. So that's the filings used by the publicly traded businesses in the USA. I ask it to also extract revenue, EBITDA, CapEx, and additional information to be able to produce the analysis and work on the capital changes, free cash flow from the last 3 years, and forecast unlevered free cash flow for the next 5 years. I also ask it to include sensitivity analysis and clearly document all assumptions. Format the model with a clean, professional styling, consistent fonts, blue for inputs, black for formulas, and use separate, clearly labeled tabs for assumptions, calculations, and outputs and charts. And I expect it to be as professional as investment banking. Now you can see on the screen, it's now opened the terminal, and within the terminal, it's actually doing the analysis. So yet that's another demo of another tool that it has access to a terminal that it can spawn to be able to write and execute code and other functions as it sees, as it decides that it needs. While the OpenAI agent is doing its research, there's additional options available. You can investigate the actual activity it's doing, and we can take over, which we're not going to do at this point in time as I don't want to interrupt it. And last but not least, you can stop it. And just like that, after 8 minutes, it reported to us that it has built full discounted cash flow, provides the full analysis, the key points and assumptions, and most importantly, this is our Excel file that is built on the system. Now this, for the time being, while the session is still live, can be downloaded. Downloaded by pressing this button over here. And that's the actual Excel file with all the information provided and all the values worked out. It does have historical data. It has the full forecast, which seems to be empty, valuation, sensitivity, and some of the charts. You could see it's not perfect. A lot of information is unfortunately missing or incomplete, but some of it is there. If you are anything like me, you probably spend way too much time working with a PowerPoint. Imagine you need to present to the strategy meeting about a potential investment. Let's say those figures about Nvidia you analyzed. This needs to be on your branded PowerPoint. Let's ask OpenAI agent to present the figures on Analytium branded slide deck, and let's see how well it does. We have a lengthy prompt this time, where we're quite specific about what we provided. We're providing the template, the figures that we found, and the actual slides and what should be on those slides. I'm going to upload from the computer, and I'll upload the data we just got, and also a template PowerPoint presentation. We selected the agent. We have the web search on. Once the files are uploaded, we're going to start. Every time you start a new chat with OpenAI, it will start a brand new session. So it will create a brand new desktop and a brand new virtual browser for every single question. And here we are. It kicked off by starting a terminal and exploring the files that's been provided. You can see on the screen, it's exploring the slides, it's exploring their themes, as well as different infographics available in our template. And here we are. OpenAI agent worked for 13 minutes to create additional information, and it seems to have kicked off another virtual desktop to finish off some of the analysis. It's reviewing the slides. We have our executive, we have forecast free cash flow, we have other slides. It's reviewing, making sure that each of the slides matches the prompt that's been provided. It's checking the citations, making sure that it hasn't hallucinated and the information is correct. And now it confirmed that it has customized a 10-slide executive presentation on Nvidia discounted cash flow, and it's ready for us to download. It says, please download and review the presentation below. Let's see. And here are the slides. Now, as you saw, it did not use the theme Analytium slide. It looked at the slides, it understood the colors, it understood what we tend to use within Analytium. At the same time, it didn't actually use the actual slide deck. Nevertheless, it stuck to the prompt. It created each individual slides for what I asked and in order they ask to the exact 10 slides. What do you think? Is this useful? Would this save you time? In this demo, we will see how well OpenAI agent can work on the CRM system. In our case, it's a HubSpot. Imagine you would like to have an assistant that can log into HubSpot, review all of the opportunities currently open, and come back to you with the detailed status of your pipeline, which opportunities overdue and require immediate actions, with the recommendations on what kind of actions needs to be taken. Let's do exactly that. This prompt is going to be significantly smaller. I will ask it to log into HubSpot and provide a clear summary of our current sales pipeline, and also provide a set of recommendations on what to do. Again, a new chat. This time is going to be slightly different to other demos because we're actually going to be logging in to the HubSpot with all of our security still intact. We're going to take over control. I have created a dedicated account called ANI, which stands for Analytium Intelligence. Copy paste does work, so we can copy paste our password. I'm not going to select Remember Me because it's logging in from unknown device. It will ask for two-factor authentication and we can confirm it. And that's how I know it's secure to use the credentials here, because even if this login password would leak out, I know no one else will be able to log in this browser or any other browser because it's protected with two-factor authentication, which is why I would select Ask for two-factor authentication every time. We'll skip this for now, and we are going to select our demo account. So data that you will see on this example is not real. We will go into the deals, and we're going to say finish controlling. Our OpenAI agent will go back to the prompt. It will take over the browser and will carry on the analysis on the HubSpot data. Compared to other demonstrations, this data wasn't available public, so now it's working within the HubSpot system itself. And it provided us the analysis. Overall pipeline status, we have total deals of 22, deals still open, not closed 9, deals closed and won, deal closed and lost Every open deal has a close day in early 2024 earlier, which means the expected closing dates have been missed by over a year. It's also prioritizing us what deals require urgent attention, giving us a deal name and where it is and what needs to be done next, and summary recommendations, pipeline currency, and actions needed. It did all of that information, gathered all of that within 4 minutes. So what do you think? Would OpenAI agents save you time? For medium to small businesses, this could potentially be a game changer where every single employee wears lots of different hats and have to perform lots of different jobs. Imagine what is possible. This OpenAI agent can save you hours doing the research. Every single employee, doesn't matter how junior they are or senior, can have access to their own assistant that can access their systems, would that be CRMs, calendars, Excel spreadsheets, SharePoints, help you gather and analyze all of that data concurrently while working with other things. And this can be pushed further. You can schedule those tasks and prompts to execute at specific times of the day, specific times of the week, and send you the results. Now, you saw OpenAI agent isn't perfect. It makes mistakes. It doesn't fully complete Excel files in some cases. It doesn't stick to the styles, perhaps. But this is just the start. I've been using OpenAI agent for over a week now, and I could see how fast it's developing. OpenAI fixing bugs and issues every day. I will be testing it across other business functions, sales, operations, marketing workflows. I will be doing that right here on this channel. OpenAI had an earlier product called Operator that also had access to the browser and was able to log into the systems. If you would like me to compare Operator to OpenAI agent on the same use cases, go into the comments, leave a word Operator. I'll come back and like a comment, and if I see enough of you interested, I'll make sure that's going to be one of my next videos. If you would like me to do any other tests for the Operator or ChatGPT, use it with other software, would that be accounting systems like Xero, ScoreUp, or anything else you could possibly think of, leave a comment down below and I will put it in one of my next videos. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay notified of the future experiments. Thank you for joining me on this AI adoption journey where I experiment with tools and find what works for my business. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you would like to see more videos, there's a couple more related videos over here, and I'll see you in the next one.